let's get back into Pokemon Silver. We do have some things to do with Pokemon Silver. Namely, getting a couple gym badges that I skipped. So here's the situation. I got the first 4 gyms. Nothing to see here. And then I just casually skipped to gym number 7 and left gym number 5 and 6 behind for no reason. No reason whatsoever. But here's the thing. I don't know how or why I skipped the sections that I did. I have no idea what I skipped. And I have no idea what I did wrong. So, there's that. I think what I'm going to try doing is I'm going to try going to Olivine City. Because that's to the left of Ecruteak City. And I'm assuming... Oh yeah, that's probably what I did wrong. I haven't been here. So that's probably what I did wrong. So let's go to the left. Like Beyonce said. No wonder I thought the gym was so difficult and I was suffering last time and we had to grind on stream. I'm probably gonna like fly through these couple gyms that I skipped because now we're probably over leveled for those. I don't think I can go here yet. I think I'm still like missing something here, possibly. Because I think I need like strength or like rock smash or whatever. So I don't have this yet. But I can probably go to the left here, which is something that I completely overlooked and forgot about. That was an option, and that's probably what I skipped entirely. Where did you say you're from? New Bark Town. Professor Elm lives over there, right? You've come a long way to get here. Oh, thank you. I fully didn't go this way. This is exactly what I skipped. Right here. Now we know. Okay. There's a chance we can get new friends on our team, because I don't know what we're gonna find on these in these routes. Oh, the elusive Raticate, everyone's favorite rat. Everyone's favorite rat. Listen. Am I the only person who skipped gyms in this game? Because I feel like I feel like that shouldn't be as I hope it's more common than oh, Farfetch'd. I do like Farfetch'd, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. Only you, the only human in the world who skipped gyms. Listen. I'm just going on these like tall grasses because I just ooh, a Taurus. I do stand a Taurus. I am a Taurus myself. Here's the thing though. If I were to catch it, I'm not gonna use it. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I love it, it's probably gonna sit in a box. And so I think we might as well not catch it if it's not gonna be on the team, you know? Like, this is the part of the game where we make these executive decisions, right? Where, like, I already have, like, a decent team going, and if I'm not gonna actively replace any of them, I might as well just not catch them, you know? I've been overseas, so I know about all sorts of Pokemon. Watch him have, like, I don't know, like... he's probably gonna have a fucking... Zubat. I don't know. Probably not. A Wooper. Okay, close enough actually. Like, I know about all the wondrous worlds of the wondrous world of Pokemon, and like they fully have like a Pokemon that we've seen 1,000 times before. We celebrate uniqueness here. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Only quirky things like skipping, you know. I not only skip gym in real life, but I also skip it in Pokemon. Your skill is world class. Thank you. I'm just great at everything I do. Are you good at training? If you are, could you show me how? This is, I feel like the most humble NPC I've ever come across in this game. Because everyone else is like, you're going down, redacted. And this girlie was like, can you help me actually? Like, I need some tips. Do you have some tips? Which tall grasses should I be exploring? And we stand a humble queen. We really do. She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Come on now. I am changing for sure. I'm not about to fight a Psyduck in this economy like this. Psyducks are so fucking cute. I love Psyducks so much. They really are the moments. They really do. They really, look at them. Just so cute. So cute. Was Psyduck an extreme inconvenience in the anime? Maybe so. But he also helped a lot of people, getting out of a lot of complicated situations, and we should appreciate that. I see, so you can battle that way. Yeah, in a good way. So you can not be a flop, is what she learned today. And listen, I'm more than happy to teach the people of the world how to not be flops. Now available on my ebook. Available now on Amazon. No, I'm just kidding. Now available on Amazon for purchase. My new ebook on how to not be a flop. The story of ProjectRuby. I kind of live for that. I think there's a level of camp with that. It's like, it's a lack of self-awareness where you really think you're teaching people something. And it's like, you also don't know what you're doing. It's so funny to me. Let me try something I learned today. He fully kicks me in the head. Now that's a strategy. Come on, schoolboy Chad. Oh, Mr. Mime. I love Mr. Mime. Listen, from one clown to another, lots of respect. Lots of respect. Internally, that's also what happens when I meditate. You know what I mean? I just become goop. That's what happens when you meditate. Listen, I'm trying to warn you. I'm just trying to warn you about the risks of meditating. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like I could use to meditate more. Rock slide. Oh. I feel like rock throw can go. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I feel like rock slide is the one. I didn't study enough, I guess. Well, give me your lunch money. Sorry to say. I really love the idea of just stealing these people's money whenever they're defeated. It's like, well, pay up. Pay up, girl. Hi, aren't you a cute trainer? May I see your Pokemon? It wasn't a question when she said I was a cute trainer, but alas. Come on, Valerie. Well, sometimes I'll go out by myself and I look across the water. Such a classic, such a fucking bop. Such a bop. Goodbye, Meep. Not Meep Meep. Meep Meep is my girl. Goodbye, Hoppip. Hoppip is really fucking cute. I will say that. If I didn't have, Areola already, I probably would get a Hoppip. I'm not gonna lie, but alas, we have committed to Areola Grande, and we are not backing down anytime soon. We simply shan't. We simply shan't. We can't betray her in such a way, you know? We did it, Joe. I'm glad I got to see your Pokemon. Well, you're welcome, I guess. Oh, there's a berry tree. This is a very interesting looking area. Oh, hi. Fly high into the sky, my beloved bird Pokemon. Stream Flyby got 7, I guess. Jeez. Hello, Mario. Oh, Doodoo, look at the, It's such a shame that they're gonna be fucking roasted. Goodbye. I'm so sorry that you're a flop. I'm really gonna murder every single one of these trainers, huh? Like, I really was not expecting to like overlevel in this way. And yet, here we are. I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I feel like it's bad game design if I skip levels. Listen, I'm just saying. Nothing actively prompted me to go to the side. I do own a map, but you know? I may own a map and I may have fully overlooked a part of the game, but it's not my fault. I feel like just flying away now. I can't read, apparently. Took me way too long to read that. Not that. Didn't mean to do that. I'm just checking on Meep Meep, you know, my fave. Don't tell literally everyone else on my team. Hello. Come on, Barry. Just Barry, period. Nothing else. Well, not period, exclamation point, excuse me. Hello, hi. Come on, Magnemite. I was gonna say Electrode, which is not at all what I'm facing at the moment. Not in fact the Pokemon that I'm squaring up against. But you know, it's fine. Remembering names couldn't be me. Simply could not be me. Wig fucking did that though. Let's all agree on that. Let's all agree that Wig really did that. Oh, hello. Hi, Eradicate. I'm gonna eradicate this Radicate. Haha. I can make jokes. The play on words simply never seen before. Yep. This is why I need to be stopped. For this reason and this reason only. Listen, I'm just trying my best. It's just a Tuesday here. On this day, I'm just trying my best. The good thing is that we're probably not gonna have to train and grind anytime soon. And that delights me. Because, if there's something that I dislike doing in these games is grinding. So I am very, excited for the prospects of just kind of, blowing through the game, if you will. The only blowing I can currently do, since, you know, Cornova, Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Did you know that Ruby is the Mona Lisa of our generation? Listen, I didn't want to be the one saying it, but someone had to. Come on now. If a Pokemon is trying to evolve, you can stop it. Press the B button during evolution. That startles the Pokemon and stops its evolution. I know the game has explained before why I would want that, but I don't know why I would want that. I don't get it. It's not for me. Olivine City, Ecruteak City. Okay. Oh, hello. Let me see what your Pokemon are capable of. Okay. Fucking Joey, I don't know. Oh, it's a Slowpoke. Slowpoke is so cute. Oh my god, not a stroke or a heart attack. Just jump scare your Pokemon. That's fine. That's not abusive at all, right? Just scare the shit out of them while they're trying to naturally evolve. for your own benefit, because you want them to learn other moves. That's too much. Maybe PETA was right about Pokemon. I mean, listen, if Pokemon were real, the logistics of a lot of this are very morally, you know. Oh, come on, Moo Moo Farm. There's a lot of logistics in Pokemon, in the Pokemon lore, that I feel like wouldn't be great if Pokemon were to be real. But you know, it's a video game, so we don't need to, in fact, get into the logistics of it. But you know, our milk even goes out to Kanto, so if our own milk tank won't give us any milk, we're in trouble. Well, maybe she made some points. Maybe she's fucking tired. My milk tank ain't giving me milk no more. This here farm's got famous milk. Most everyone wants a drink. It will give me lots of milk if yep. This man was the yeehaw of the season, and I simply couldn't compute. Moo Moo is sick. She needs lots of berries. Moo Moo is sick. She needs lots of berries. Moo. Its cry is weak. Of course we're giving it a berry. Let's give it another berry. Oh, I have no berries. Okay, well. I gave it a berry. I gave it a singular berry. Is that not enough? Is that not enough? Does that work? Does it need to be just a berry? Or can it be different types of berries? Okay, I think it has to be an actual berry. Like, just a berry. No. We're gonna give some of these away so that we can have room in our inventory. You made a theory that Chimchar on his/her backside, where the fire is where the tail would be, is just a hole and it's constantly farting gas and it's superheated to the point it lights on fire. I don't know if I like that. Oh, it's a whole farm of milk tanks. What's wrong with this milk tank? Why do we need milk from that one particular one? Why that one? Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Everyone, hydrate. Take a sip of your drinks. Would you mind if I bragged about my Pokemon? Yes, I would, in fact. I would, in fact, not be very happy with that. But, hey, we don't have a choice, as we've learned. Oh, come on, Pikachu. The mascot. The one, the only. Sounds like a flop to me. Sounds like Wig outsold. I couldn't begin to brag. You really couldn't. You really couldn't, but that's fine. You really tried it, though. I love how the mill tank doesn't have its sprite until later in the game series, so they just use Taurus's sprite. Yeah, a lot of the sprites are very recycled in this. In like early Pokemon games. Such darling Pokemon. Let's show our Pokemon together at the same time. Oh. Oh. Aw, look at her. She's a precious lady. Oh, come on, Pokemon. All the Pokemon fans having a Pikachu. Oh. Maybe Mel wouldn't be the right choice here. Maybe Mel isn't the right option there. Listen, they were working with what they had, and I think they were doing great. It was very confusing. I remember when I was younger, I wouldn't nickname my Pokemon, because I would get confused about like who is who because of all the like similar sprites. So I would never nickname Pokemon growing up because I would get confused. I would get confused. I don't mind losing. Aw, she's just such a sweetie, such a good sport. I don't know what technically is the first Pokemon. I don't really remember a lot of lore, to be honest. Yeah, I don't want anyone's phone number, sorry to say. I may be an introvert in real life and in game. I just got back to Olivine, so how about a Pokemon battle? Well, what about it? How about it? Let's do it. Eugene. Sending out a Poliwhirl, love it. Love this sprite. Maybe we're not gonna do this water on water action. Maybe Areola is gonna shine for once. She doesn't really get to shine at the gyms, Areola, so you know. Fortunately, there's plenty of opportunities for her to shine outside of the gyms. Rhydon was the first Pokemon ever created. Oh, really? Appeared in anything before the games, but in the concept arts by the maker of Pokemon. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool. I thought you meant like the first Pokemon, like in the Pokemon lore, like the original. The original Pokemon. But that's neat. That's neat. I forgot. Oh, I think it's Eradicate, so I think we can use anything. Basically any Pokemon will be fine. We don't have a fighting type here, so you know. We can just roll over it. We can just run it over. Just run over the fucking rats. People, when James Corden dressed as a rat and stopped traffic, they were like, run over the rats. Listen, I don't condone violence, but if I was late to work because James Corden decided to dress as a rat and stop traffic, I wouldn't be very happy either. I'm just saying. Oh, I forgot Krabby was the one that they were sending out. Well, shit. I guess we're sharing experience, girls. I will always love Pokemon no matter what, because it means a lot to me as a person, and when I Pass away, and if I could choose my next life, I would love to live in the Pokemon world. Aww. The creator of Pokemon has Asperger's. Oh, I didn't know that. I know that the creator of Pokemon had was like a bug collector, and basically the concept of Pokemon and like Pokédex as we know it was basically because he would catch like bugs and stuff like that, and would like write little reports on each of them, and would have like a little dossier with like all of them and all of that. So that's really cute. That's a cute little origin story. Alright, we're almost level 30. We're doing great. Nighttime has encroached upon us. But that's fine. That's totally fine. Hello? Can we? What Pokemon can we get here? Let's maybe try to get like 1 or 2 in these like tall grasses to see if we get anything different. Oh, it's another Taurus. I really like Tauruses, but we shan't. We shan't. I know I'm gonna have to start replacing Pokemon at some point, but I'm not ready to do so now, and I don't think a normal type would be the one either. I don't know. Gonna get tore up from the floor up. Percy. Percy, please. Percy, please. Oh, it's a Meowth. Cutie. Look at him. A precious friend. You found out he has Asperger's because you were in school and doing research on Albert Einstein. And you thought, but you had a thought of, since he's so smart, he had to have Asperger's, which is true. He did have it, but the site I found is show that the creator of Pokemon has it too. Oh, that's neat. Generally, when people have Asperger's, they're generally very smart. Oh, that's a fun fact. Poison powder. Get it, girl. Get into it. Listen, maybe I replace Areola with Meowth. No, I'm just kidding. Not Areola. Not my girly Areola. Okay. Miss Areola, we can't do this. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep getting flinched, girly. You're almost leveling up. We can't have you do some bullshit right now. Listen, I can't have you acting out right now. Oh my god. I could probably use an item that has to do with, like, you know, the paralysis status effect, but with Puss Puss Magoo. I hate that. Not Puss Puss Magoo. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. Just for you. Ooh, thank you so much. Such an honor. Such an honor to be blessed. A little Puss Puss Magoo for your nerves. I'm screaming. Percy, please. Oh, I didn't even read that. Olivine City, the port closest to the foreign lands. I think Percy is just goofing. That thing you have, it's a Pokegear, right? Wow, that's cool. Oh, there's a gym. Oh, hello. You again. There's no need to panic. I don't bother with wimps like you. Speaking of weaklings, the city's gym leader isn't here, supposedly taking care of a sick Pokemon at the lighthouse. Huh, boo-hoo. Just let sick Pokemon go. A Pokemon that can't battle is worthless. Why don't you go train at the lighthouse? Who knows, it may make you a bit less weak. Do you want to fight, bitch? Cause you've lost every single fucking time. Do you want to go, bitch? I go after him with my motorcycle, not my motorcycle, with my bicycle. Like, you want to go, bitch? Oh, steel type. Hello? Jasmine, the gym leader, is at the lighthouse. She's been tending to a sick Pokemon. A strong trainer has to be compassionate. Okay, so the gym challenge is just like not a thing right now? Okay, work. The little boy has too big of a mouth for never winning a single battle. Truly. Truly. Olivine is on the sea, and if it's on the sea, there are bound to be fish. I fished here for 30 years. Would you like to face the sea and fish? Aha! We have ourselves a new angler. Listen, I keep getting these rods, but I'm not using them, honestly. Fish aren't found in the sea alone. They go whenever there's water. Come on, fish. Oh, hello, Pokemart. Pokemart, gotta buy them all. My Butterfree came from my boyfriend overseas. It carried some mail from him. Want to know what it says? Let's see. Nope, it's a secret. Well, Ruby out here on that angler game, just looking for that good rod. Do your Pokemon already know the move for carrying people on water? My Pokemon sure does, bitch. I don't know why I was so... I don't know why I needed to call her a bitch. I didn't mean to. Okay, let me see. Ultra Ball, Great Ball. I can buy a few, I guess. I can buy some hyper. I can't really buy, actually. I was gonna be like, I'll buy some hyper potions, and it's like I can't really afford that many, girl. I'll get them though, sure. And I'll get a super potion and nothing else, because I can't afford anything else. They never showed who the rival is on the OG Silver and Gold, but only in the remakes. I was shocked on who the rival really. Wait, wasn't that my rival though? The girlie with the long hair? Hello laddie, the sea is sweet. Sing with me. Yoo-hoo, blow the man down. Oh, I'll blow the man down. Oh, I'll blow the man down. Just say the word. Pokemon get more friendly if you... Oh my god. My PC just flashed in front of my eyes. I was scared. Oh my god. If you spend time with them... Ah! My game crashed. God damn it. Give me a second. Do 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 Oh no, we lost so much fucking progress. Oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I'm very depressed. Yeah, Percy. Yeah. I lost everything that I did today. That's why you save often, girlies. That's what you do. Don't be a flop like me. Thankfully, we didn't catch any Pokemon. So we can just try to do a little speedrun moment. Oh, I'm so annoyed. This is fine. This is so fine. Everything is fine. Oh, fudge. I know, Andara, I know. Nintendo says you better, Nintendo. I know. My PC just like flashed, and then next thing I know, everything was done. It's I don't know why my PC does that. Like, it's almost like it goes into like whatchamacallit? It's almost like it alt tabs. Like, my main monitor goes black, and then the second monitor shows like what's going on in both monitors. Almost like if you like alt tabbed, I think. And then like, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know why it does that. It does that often though. I will probably play the remakes, Wolfie. I probably will at some point. I don't know how soon, but I probably will at some point. We love a hairy sailor. Oh, we sure do. We sure fucking do. Oh. This is so sad. Do y'all know why that would happen though? Like, I don't know. I've never really heard of like that issue, and I don't even know how I would look it up. But it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So what happened was, and this happens when I play like not just this game, but like when I play a lot of games, like my screen just like flashes, like my screen goes black for a second. Like, it's almost like the monitor reset for some reason. So I can't see the game for a second. Like, it happened a few times when I was playing Life is Strange. It happened a couple times now with this game. And I don't know what happens. And sometimes it crashes the game that I'm playing, and sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know. I actually don't know if there was any time in which that happened and the game didn't crash that I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's up with that. It happened because you're an gay. Yes. I think that's exactly why. I think it's homophobia. I think Windows 10 is showing its homophobic side. And I think we need to have that conversation. I think that's exactly... I think that's exactly what. I'll get the monitor checked and computer checked by a professional, but I don't wanna. Like, it doesn't happen often enough that I'm like, yeah, this is a problem. And like, the computer didn't crash. Like, the stream is still going and everything. Like, it's fine, but it's like a weird thing that happens very rarely, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how else to kind of describe it. I'll probably look it up. I'll probably just take the time to look it up and see what's going on. I assume it's probably something to do with my graphics card, or I tried looking into seeing if it was some sort of like my monitor going to sleep mode or something, which it could be, but I don't know. Because it fixes itself. Like, I just touch my mouse and it's fine. So I don't know if it's a thing where like I'm idle for too long and it's like, oh, you know, because when I play a game, I'm usually using a controller and I'm not like using mouse and keyboard. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I don't know. But it's fine. We don't need to troubleshoot right now either. Not that. Allegedly. Pokemonitor used sleep mode. It was super effective. It was extremely effective. It was too effective if you ask me. It was too effective if you ask me. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. At least the stream is still going. At least the stream is still going. As long as we don't lose the stream, it's fine. My nose got very itchy for some reason. Very, very interesting thing that you needed to know about me. Very fun facts. Okay, we're zooming. We're going. Oh my god. Not that. Not that. Tell that to my Tinder. Tell that to Tinder. And all the people that swipe left on me. Oh, this was a mistake. What am I doing? I literally I turned on my Wi-Fi this morning because I turned off my phone Wi-Fi so I don't get notifications or like, because there's certain apps that like will give you like, I don't have any audio notifications but they will like vibrate, and I don't want to account for all of that when I'm asleep. Not many, because I usually turn off all the vibrating notifications, but alas, I saw this notification from Tinder and I was like, oh, and it said I had a match, and I was like, oh, it was probably someone super liked me, my mistake. I open it, and guess what, Mimi? Whoever it was already unmatched me by then. So it's a thing, y'all. It's a thing that happens to me often. It's like I rarely get matches. When I do, they don't reply or they unmatch me. So welcome to my life. Yeah, story of my life. Yeah, I just, you know, dating apps are just not it. At least like I don't have Grindr right now, but when I did, at least when you get a notification from Grindr, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, sometimes I would think, oh, I wonder if it's a dick pic. Like, I wasn't actively, like, 9 times out of 10, well, 10 times out of 10, I would block them for sending me an unsolicited dick pic. But a part of me was always amused. I was like, I wonder if this time they will be hot. You know what I mean? Because usually when people send you dick pics, it's not people that you actively want to see in those circumstances. So I always think, is this the time? Is this the time? You cannot deal with the fat phobia of Grindr anymore. I feel like in general, all of those dating apps are very fat phobic. And very like, just like racist and like, I don't know. There's a lot of room for discrimination on those apps, I feel. Especially with how you can set up like preferences on Grindr and stuff like that. Like, ugh. It's always weird that people do that. I think it's also like a gay thing where people like look at you and you almost have to put in a lot of those apps. You feel like you have to place yourself in a like porn category almost. You know what I mean? It's like, Are you a twink? Are you a bear? Are you an otter? It's like, I'm a human being, bitch. Like, that's what I fucking am. You know what I mean? It's just like so fucking weird. I don't like that. And I get it. I get the labels are important. But like, I don't think those labels are very important. Because like, I don't know. I think there's something very shallow about looking up someone that has a very specific body type. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The last time I was on, within 15 minutes, someone sent you a wall of pig emojis. Why even bother? Why are people like that? People are so fucking nasty. I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that. Like, what? Like, why go out of your way to be so nasty to someone that did literally nothing but exist? Like, I'm sorry, gays are fucking rotted. I say that as a gay. Like, gay people can be so fucking rotted. And then I was like, hey, you want to see the video I made with your dad last week and he blocked me? Oh, that's funny. That's iconic. Yeah, your comeback was funny. Gosh, I miss those little original Game Boy animations. They are so cute, right, Fawn? They're so precious. They almost make up for the fact that the game crashed. They almost make up for the fact that I'm suffering right now internally. But I agree, this game is just like so charming. I think that's why we're playing it for so long. Like, I feel like a few of these games that that I got into in the Retro Roulette series, or that I'm getting into, a couple of those were like one stream games, because it's like, okay, this was a cute taste, but I don't know if we're gonna like keep it up or whatever. But like, this one is just like so captivating, and just gives me like an ongoing fill of nostalgia that I just appreciate very much, you know? Even though I didn't play this growing up, right? So, but I did play the Gen 1. So this is it's giving me a lot of that. Oh, hold on. There you go. Kat said, I had this old dude, give my dog a treat and then try to invite himself to my house. Ew! You're barking up the acest tree there is. Even if you weren't ace, like, ew. Like, fuck. Like, leave me alone. It's not even like because like they're old, it's just like mind your business. Like, if you want to like be nice to my dog, then that's it, but like, don't invite yourself to my house. That's like, ugh. No, please. I wish Nintendo would do an anniversary Game Boy that you could download classic games for. Oh, that would be cute. I would snatch up a Game Boy remake instantly. Aw. Bone for the dog, punch in the face for the old man. Truly. Truly. Not cancel them on Twitter. This Krabby's career over. Krabby is over, party. I so very neatly said, yeah, you'd get along great with my dad. You're about his age. Oh! But I didn't want to say anything that would encourage him. I think you did great. I think you did great. I did get a lot of oldies when I was on Grindr, because Grindr doesn't really restrict people's access to you. I don't know if you can actively restrict people from accessing your account, but it's more like, if you're within this person's vicinity, they can see you and they will contact you, or if they want, I guess. But I get a lot of oldies on Grindr. Like when I say oldies, I mean like my parents' age, like older than them sometimes. Like my parents are, well, my dad is 60, my mom is close to 6. I guess, yeah, I guess around my parents' age. Some of them older though. And a lot of them, it's like they fully don't have a profile photo. And then they hit me up and they're like, hello. And the first thing that I say is like, do you have a photo? But like some of them I fully just ignored because I'm like, I'm not gonna give this like, you know, 50-something-year-old any, like I used to reply always to every message because, you know, like I know that sometimes it's like, you know, you don't want to be ageist or like you don't want to like, I feel like for some queer people, I guess that's like the only way that they know how to interact with others. And like I feel like, you know, I would feel bad for like older people because I would be like, oh, you know, I don't want them to be like lonely or to like be ignored by like other people in the community. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want that for them, right? But at the same time, at some point I was like, but I feel like by talking to them, I'm giving them like hopes. And I feel like I just shouldn't, you know? So Grindr was like weird because I kind of liked the attention, but it was always by people that I didn't want attention from, you know? I'm gonna tell you what, the leave me alone vibe gets stronger every year. Like I either want unending positive attention or to never be perceived again. And since I hit 30, it's almost always leave me alone, please. That's fair. I was also a big hit with the ancients, which, you know, if you're rich and have a heart condition, say hey. I'm not afraid to end Nicole Smith my way to the top. I'm yelling, Percy. But hey, get it. Listen. Get your coin. It's just very unfortunate that I don't get the attention that I want. Anywhere, really. Yeah. Well, not anywhere. That's a little bit of an exaggeration. But in dating apps, that's what we're talking about. If I can't have love, I want to be a rich widow. I mean, listen. That's the closest thing to love, right? You and your Pokemon are real close. Oh, there's a person in Cyanwood City across the sea. I heard him bragging about his rare Pokemon. Sailors are really generous. One taught my Pokemon strength. Now it can move big boulders. Oh, listen. Now we're dropping hints and we're learning things at the gig. You know who will hold me tight and not judge me? Money. T. I mean, you're not wrong. You really aren't wrong. I know I'm supposed to go to the lighthouse, but I'm gonna talk to everyone. Crossing the sea, then listen up. There are whirlpools on the way to Cyanwood. Your Pokemon must know a special move to get over the whirlpools. Guess what, Mimi? I already know it. Because I skipped 2 gyms. Ha! Your Pokemon sure look like lightweights. They don't have the power to move boulders aside. Here, use this and teach them strength. You'll need Goldenrod's gym badge to use that outside of battles. Is that where I'm at? Am I at Goldenrod? Oh, the sea. The only thing you can count on is your own good self. I'm so proud of my buff bod. Oh, tell me more. Tell me more about your buff bod. Oh, I forgot about equipping this Icy Wind. I don't know if anyone can equip that, actually. Oh, come on, Mel. Icy Wind. Guess what, Mimi? I skipped 2 gyms. I sure did. It's still so funny to me that I fucking did that. Like, who does that? Like, who does that? Do you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, let's get strength. A powerful physical attack. Oh wow, a lot of my friends can get that. Does Glenn have anything like this? Okay, work. I'll get rid of hidden power. Aww.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to Sinika_H.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. The alert is nowhere to be seen on screen, but I appreciate that very much. Thank you for the sub gift to Salika. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Ruby does that. When I realized you did, I thought I was gonna rupture something from laughing. It's so funny because no one told me. Everyone saw me going to that gym and no one was like, Ruby, you haven't gone to, like, you're not, like, literally nobody batted an eye at it. Not a single person. Although you can't see it from here, Cyanwood is across the sea. I wonder why this grind is so hard. Literally. Like, wow, the difficulty jump in this gym, wow. And it was fully me being a flop. Dark roads are dangerous at night, but in the pitch black of night, the sea is even more treacherous. Without the beacon of the lighthouse to guide it, no ship can sail. Olivine Lighthouse, also known as the Glitter Lighthouse. Maybe they figured you were going for those fancy speedrun strats? I guess. In the past, Pokemon used to light the sea around Olivine at night. The lighthouse was made in honor of those Pokemon. A Mariah stan. Okay, you know what happened, Percy? On my Discord, I was like, let's do a little movie night. And we've been watching movies from like every year of my life. And we reached 2001? Or 2000, I forget. And Glitter was one of the options. And I was like, oh, work, I haven't seen Glitter. And literally everyone was like, we're not watching that. People train at this lighthouse. It's not easy to climb because of all the trainers. Oh. Watch me. Watch me. Don't even worry about it. That's a good call. Glitter was bad. That's fair, I guess. This is no place for playing. Mama. What else can I do other than play? Oh, speaking of sugar daddies. Of course he has a Noctowl. But guess what, beach? I have Meep Meep and she's ready to thundershock you away. Ooh, woo. Oh, that wasn't too strong. He looks generous. He looks generous. He looks like he could afford a Switch game or two. Ah, I can see that you're serious. Give me your money, oldie. Hello, hi. Men of the sea are always spoiling for a good fight. Just say seaman. Just say seaman. Listen, I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm just talking about seamen. You know? The sailors, the seamen. Well. It's Meep Meep's era. I was thinking of like, what is the opposite of flop era? And I couldn't think of a name for it, and I was like, this is Meep's blank era, because I didn't know what to say. Huh, I lose. You sure did. Flop. Maybe you should legally change your name to Flop. Why are you here? Are you just going to gawk? I suggest that you leave. What do you mean what I'm doing here? I'm doing the same that you are. Like, what do you mean? These people are so fucking rude. It's like, I'm here. And it's like, yeah, and so am I. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why can I not be here as well? I didn't realize that it was reserved for flops. Not I stay silent. The one time. The one time. You fry that ground chicken. We eat the blackened chicken from Ruby Tuesdays. It really does kind of look like a chicken from that in that sprite. It really does. I'm hungry. Completely unrelated. Completely unrelated. I spent the one silence treatment from you, Percy. Now I can say even more cursed things, and you'll be required to say something back. Okay, that was cute. Oh my god, I literally had Meep Meep skip a couple levels above everyone else. Listen, she's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. I saw an opportunity there and I took it. Nobody stood a chance against Miss Meep Meep. Oh well, that was extremely rude and disrespectful. That was very uncalled for. Meep Meep is not here to listen to anyone's shit. She really isn't. Meep Meep is I have nothing. Welcome back. Freshly therapied. How's Operation Backtrack going? Well, as Percy is alluding to the save incident, the game crashed and we had to make our way over here twice. Thankfully I didn't do any progress in the tower that I'm in right now, but I did lose some progress that I had made. Yes, I did. And Percy will be the first one to remind you of it. Titanic tease, massive crash, all was lost. Truly. Very, very that. Very, very that. Tragique. Yes. Très tragique. Listen, I'm fluent, girls. Just kidding, I'm not. Not at all. Gotta head out. So long. Bye, Kath. Thank you so much for stopping by. It always is. It's always good to see you. What the fuck? I can't speak. Thank you again for the gift sub. I really appreciate that. I'm just here to set the record gay, bestie. Truly. You really are. And someone has to. Listen. Someone has to do that hard work. Because I sure as hell am not. Or listen, we're blasting through this tower. We're getting all the girlies together. None of them stand a chance. And that's all you need to know, truly. I'm waiting on my old husband with a heart condition to fall down some stairs. In the meantime, I'm here for chaos. I am screaming. Let me save, by the way. Maybe this is the time to do so. Hello? Jasmine is this city's gym leader. I mean to bring her back with me. Nobody had better get in my way. Well. What's up with all these holes on the ground? Oh, come on, Connie. Y'all, I have something that I want to admit to y'all, and it's really clownish. And it's related to Connie and the shortening of that, which is con, which in a lot of situations is a convention. So whenever the new variant of Cornova showed up at the scene, I thought it was a convention. When I first read the name, I was like, Omicron, what is that? And it fooled me a few times after I learned what it was. After, mind you, after being aware of what it was, a few times I've seen that name and I was like, what is that? What happened? What did people do? What event did people go to? And it's literally not. So, you know, there's that. Ruby, I swear to God, I love you, but sometimes I swear to God. Listen, when I said it was clownin' time, I meant it, okay? I don't get clownish. I stay clownish, okay? Listen. A super spreaded event can now be called Omicron Con. Now you did that. Now you did that. Oh my god. If you stay clownin', you ain't gotta get clowned. I mean, listen. That's what I always say. Oh my god. I just figured I would be open and vulnerable with y'all and share something embarrassing about my my reading comprehension, and you're welcome. I'm glad. I hope you got a little chuckle out of it. You know, like the face palm of life every time you do something clownish and you're like, not this. Like, that was literally every single time I thought Omicron was a convention. The split second of the realization was always like, not this. Like, absolutely not this. You know what I mean? And I have nothing else to say to defend myself, truly. I think we replace rock throw. I think that's the move. Your grandmother calls it Kova for no reason. Has since it happened. Her doctor can't even convince her. Can't even convince her it's not called Kova. I feel like at that point, you know what I mean? You're just like, I'm not gonna argue. I'm just gonna let you exist in that reality. You know what I mean? I feel like at that point, you know. Same thing with like grandparents like mispronouncing names. It's like, at that point, you know what? Yeah, my name is Buffalo. Sure. I don't know why Buffalo was the one that came out first of my mouth. You know, the very common name Buffalo. Everyone is called Buffalo, you know. It's like Granzies. Not Granzies. Smallsy's grandma and the Doris Does. Yeah, exactly. You just, at that point, yes, that's what it's called. Yup. That's that. Oh, not swagger. Her name is Granzy. Maybe so. I think so. I think we should have that conversation. We're pretty high up here. My bird Pokemon are in prime form. I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge of that, Dennis. He presents at level 18 Spearow. Sure, Dennis. Sure. Mm-hmm. Hope you enjoy those rock slides, Flop. Tee? I feel like I'm the annoying antagonist in Pokemon. Am I not? I'm that rivalous. I was gonna say rivalous. I'm that rival type character who just is so annoying. It's like Ash Ketchum shows up and he's like, I'm gonna be the very best, and I'm like, I'll be the judge of that, Flop Ketchum. Like, it's just no reason for me to be like this. So, is it a thing all grandparents do, or just mine, where you get called several names on the Rolodex before they hit yours? I'm trying to remember if my grandparents used to do that. The funny thing is my parents only have me and my brother as their children, and sometimes they will call us the other person's name before they say our own. So, you know, that does happen. I don't remember if that used to happen when my grandparents were still around. I think actually maybe. Maybe sometimes. Sometimes they would call me my brother's name, and vice versa, I feel. Ooh, rare candy. Oh. Wait, maybe I went the wrong way. Oh, so we're gonna have to jump into the holes. Interesting. Very interesting. Wait, how do I get on that side, though? Such a good song by Redacted Pink. It really is. And Redacted Gaga. I don't know why we're redacting their names, but just keeps happening until they hit your name, right? That's my mom. She always had to go through all the children in order of age before finally getting to me. I'm screaming. Like when they go through all the names of all the other grandkids before they hit the right one, mine did that. Yeah, I don't think mine did. I could be wrong though, but I don't really remember, to be honest. Ironically, I'm the only one who stays around to help out with literally anything, and I'm last on the list. Aww. I feel like, sadly, that's always that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's always the case. Sailors are both kind and strong. How about you? No, she can leave. That was their song, and I refuse to let her have it. Sour candy is so good, but it's also the bane of my existence because I hate when songs are so short like that because of fucking streaming. But that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Ugh. I feel like before Cornova, I feel like that was totally supposed to be a single and that they were gonna promo the shit out of it and that was gonna be like a streaming hit. And I mean, I feel like it still was, but it's still like, ugh. You know? It would have been better as a plain Blackpink track, and I'll fight God about that. I don't know, I like Gaga's parts on it, but also the highlight of that is Blackpink, you know what I mean? It's like, she does a good job in the song, and I really like her delivery, but I feel like it is basically Blackpink's song. You know what I mean? It's like they are the star of that song. And I get that. I feel that. I have been streaming for like almost 3 hours and I haven't eaten anything. So I'm gonna take a short, quick little break because I'm like feeling myself weakening and I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't eaten in 3 hours. So I'll BRB. I'll leave y'all with this fabulous battle music. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll play an ad and everything. Make sure to eat a snack and or drink some water and or take your meds if you haven't and or stretch your bodies. Okay, I'll be right back. Hello, hi. Not that being almost like 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I didn't bring my phone with me. So I was literally just like eating chips on my kitchen, staring at the wall, like dissociating fully. And I lost track of time fully, so I apologize for that, for this long of a break. Right? I was just like literally stuffing my face with as many chips as I could at once, while like fully like brain empty. It was a moment. Fully a moment. Oh fuck. Oh, we're still recording. Okay, work. I love to just dissociate while eating. I don't know if I love it, but I do it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I love doing it, but I do it. Like often, all the time. Unless I'm like watching something, but I was like off on my own in the kitchen, just kind of like, you know, just quirkily eating my food and chilling and without my phone or anything. So I fully dissociated. I mean, I have to love it because I can't stop it. I mean, that's also a mood. That's very much a mood as well. Like, I mean, yeah, like, it's not like I can't undo it. I can't not do it. So, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. I get ya. I get ya. I get ya. I know what's up. I know. I get it. I get it. Peel an orange, dissociate while I eat it, watch some ASMR videos, you know, yeah. I don't really get into the ASMR gig, but I will gladly watch someone just wear clear pants for a week or something. Like I will watch like random ass things. And every once in a while, I will put on Cowboy Bebop. I'm like 3 episodes, excuse me. I'm like 3 episodes in the anime. I want to watch the anime before I watch the live action. And it's fierce. So far, so good. But, okay, it's weird because, like, I used to watch anime while I ate all the time. But now, I feel like I can't. Like, I feel like I have to put it in dubbed mode. But I feel like in dubbed mode, on Netflix, the English subtitles are basically subtitling. The English subtitles are the subtitles for the Japanese voices and not captions for the English voices, if that makes sense. So, like they're saying something, and I'm looking at the captions at times, and I'm like, I don't think that's what they were saying. You know what I mean? It's like, it's odd. And I don't like that Netflix does that, but there's that. But oftentimes I don't really watch like Netflix or anything of the sort. Like a lot of the times I'm fully just like watching YouTube videos and sometimes like Twitch streams. So there's that. Oh, I know that you're there, like literally staring at me while I go around. But listen, I see items and I must get them. Is this Miss Thing from the gym? This Pokemon always kept the sea lit at night, but it suddenly got sick. It's gasping for air. I understand that there is a wonderful pharmacy in Cianwood, but that's across the sea, and I can't leave Amphi unattended. May I ask you to get some medicine for me, please? Sure, girl. You know, in the anime, she would give him a badge just for doing this, but alas, just kind of plummet all the way down, bitch. Don't mind me. Just plummeting all the way down to this fucking to the entrance of this tower. Well, I guess we're going. I guess we're going. Oh, okay, I assume I want to go through the pier. What Pokemon are here? Oh, just kidding. What is this? Oh, wait, so I am going the right way. Wait, what's over there though? On the pier? Like, what's the point of going this way? Wait, where am I? What is this? Oh no, I guess I am going the right way. I guess that was just like a little body of water over there. That was like behind the pier, I suppose. I do want to check like if there's any Pokemon here that I can catch. Or that I would want to catch, I suppose. Not that I'm actively trying to replace Mel, but you know. If the opportunity arises, who knows? These girlies are level 20 already, that's good. I would have needed this when I was trying to level up for the ice gym, but alas. Your new ASMR obsession is this girl, Angelica, who just asks me what the color of the pens she pulls out of her bag are. I don't know why it soothes me, and I love Cowboy Bebop. Oh, work. Have you watched the live action yet? If so, do you have thoughts, feelings, and concerns about it? I heard it's not, like, great. I heard the live action is like decent, but I want to form my own opinion. Do you have to warm up before going into the water? That's basic. First of all, no I don't, because I'm not in the actual water, my Pokemon is. Second of all, maybe you're the flop, Simon. With your fucking tentacool. No, I like the anime and I do not like many animes. That's fair. That's fair. That's very fair. Sometimes you get into anime and then there's that one character and you're like, well, damn. Or that one storyline or whatever. Like I grew up with anime, so I loved anime like all my like childhood and stuff like that. And I feel like every time I revisit something from then, it's like, ooh, not this. Like, I revisited Cardcaptor Sakura. There's fully like the main girlie's mom, who is like dead. That's like the things like her dad is like a widow, I guess. Do you say would you still say a widow for like a man? Is that I don't know. Whatever. He's, you know, his wife passed, which was Sakura's mom. And then you know, like a few episodes in, you learn that he is creepy because she was his student, and yeah, the rest you can probably guess. And the other half of that, you would think that there wouldn't be a love triangle, but there is a love triangle, and the other person on the love triangle was her cousin. And at first you're like, oh my god, you know, lesbian rights, and then it's like, and then she says that she's her cousin. And this, you learn all of this in one episode, by the way. You learn all of this in one episode. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know if the Portuguese version had the same, like, the dubbing, the Portuguese dub went in that direction. I would be interested, I mean, I don't know if I would be interested in rewatching the episode again to see which direction the Portuguese dub went with, but oh boy. And then you learn that the best friend, the female best friend of Sakura, which you can tell she has a crush on, is also her cousin, and they're related because she's the daughter of Sakura's mom's cousin. So yeah. So, okay, yeah, the episode in which you learn all of this is like, there's like a parent-teacher, not a parent-teacher. It's like that day at school where like the students are doing stuff and the parents are like visiting and like partaking in the activities and all that stuff, right? So Sakura's mom isn't there, obviously, because she's dead, but her dad is. And then her best friend, I forget her name, the one that is always like filming her and stuff, who you can tell she has like a crush on, like the girlie has a crush on Sakura, and sometimes to kind of an uncomfortable point. And you learn in that episode that her mom was, you know, against Sakura's mom marrying her dad, which we learned, you know, is a very valid reason because, you know, he was an adult and she was not. You learn that she also, basically, she was very queer-coded, but she was also her cousin. And then you learn that, you know, the girlie is her daughter, so you're like, oh, so the girlie who has a crush on Sakura is basically Sakura's cousin, and she seemingly has the same type of allure and attraction to Sakura as her mom did with Sakura's mom. This is, yeah, that's the story. That's a storyline. So there's that. And then there's another uncomfortable age difference where Sakura's friend / rival, who is around her age, seemingly has a crush on Sakura's older brother's best friend, who is also, you know, there's also an age difference there. I mean, I don't think they're adults, but it's like we're talking about elementary school and a high schooler. And I don't know if the show, I blocked it out of my memory. I don't know if they delve into that relationship on the show. But if they did, let's just hope they didn't. I think his name is Lee, yeah. This was aimed at kids. I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of anime is. And you know what's the messed up thing is, like, the creator of the anime is a woman. And the idea when she created the manga was to, like, basically, like, normalize and, like, accept all types of love. but then half of the characters have a very uncomfortable age difference, and the queer, and like one of the queer coded storylines, they're related, and you're like, let's not normalize that. Like, maybe not that. Oh, Percy, I'm so sorry to disappoint you, but Sailor Moon also did that. Sailor Moon did that. You know how old Sailor Moon is and how old Tuxedo Mask is? Yeah. If we want to get into technicalities, they were both minor when they met, because she was 14 and he was 17, but still, that's like a middle schooler dating a high schooler who ends up going to college while she's still in like middle school, high school, or whatever. It's a whole thing. Oh, did they fix it in Crystal? Work. Not in the movie, they didn't. I mean, but still, like, Sailor Moon takes place within like a few years, and she's like 14 in the first one and he's 17. So she's like 14, 15, 17. She's never an adult. Meanwhile, he was like 17, 18, 19. Which still, it's like, I know it's not like a, like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like the biggest age difference in the world, but still, you know. And then we have that, I watched the movie that they put on Netflix recently. Well, I don't know how recent it was. Maybe it was last year. I wouldn't know. And I forgot there was like also like a weird plot point where the girlie who's their daughter from the future is jealous of their relationship. And I'm like, that's your dad. That's gross. Please don't have a crush on your dad. Like, Sailor Moon, why? I love you so much, but why? Ugh. And I know it was jealousy in a way of like, I don't know. I would like to read into it as like, she wants a relationship like that, but she's also like 5. I'm like, you're also a child. Ugh. Yeah, it's still pretty bad, but it's not as bad as you remembered it, at least. But yeah, I haven't watched all of Crystal. But he was still like always like older than her though. Like I don't know how did they fix that like weird age gap in Crystal? Because I only watched like maybe the first season and I don't remember because it was a while ago. And Crystal was kind of boring, so I literally blocked it out of my memory. No one wanted to beat Chibi Moon's ass. It was great. You know who never did me like that personally? Sailor Neptune. Oh. The last few girlies, like, I mean, a lot of them are pretty iconic. Most of them are, in fact. I enjoyed Crystal. The age gap was like, she started high school and he was still in high school. Okay, that's not bad. That's not as bad. I agree. Oh, this flashing is not cute. I'm sorry for the flashing. I can't like heal in the middle of the ocean. No inner tube for me. I'm hanging on to a sea Pokemon. Oh, I can't see the Pokemon. She's like fully drowning her Pokemon. They redid the entire Sailor Saturn plot, and she is my baby, and I was very happy. Aww. I wish I remembered the Portuguese dub, because I don't remember the cousin storyline. That that we all know of. Again, another queer-coded, relationship that was just dubbed as them being cousins, and you're like, ooh, no, please. Well. Oh, Sailor Moon. In Crystal, they're like, Uranus is non-binary out the gate. In the movie, it did seem like that. Like, people refer to her in male and female pronouns all the time. And, like, it wasn't a thing that they were like, oh, she's a girl. Like, it wasn't like that, which I appreciated, but still. I love that. I love that. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for the flashing. I can't heal the poison. Sorry for the flashing. Sorry for the flashing. Oh, please. Usagi was very open about her attractions. She was in the anime too, like in the manga as well. Like in the manga, I do have the first few chapters, and literally the reason she approaches the girls is because she thinks they're pretty. And I think that carried over to Crystal as well. Like, I love she's bi. She's a bi icon. I love that. Progress, kind of? Oh yeah, let me save. That's a good call. It's funny because, like, we've done so many streams of this, and I feel like the game only crashed once. So I don't know what the deal with that is. I feel like every once in a while I'm just gonna touch my mouse to make sure that my thing doesn't die or whatever. I'm also not sure where I'm going, or if I'm even supposed to go this way in particular, because I could either go this way or I could go that way, where there was like the sailors in that port and whatever. But I'm like, I'm not sure, so I'm just going this way. But yeah, we were also watching this anime. I'm forgetting the name right now, but it was this really funny anime. I don't. If you're in chat, Spin, do you remember the name? It was about this guy that had like green antennas, and he could like read people's minds, and it was like really funny at first. And then, like, I think it was in the latest season that we were watching, there's a guy who has a very weird obsession with his sister. And, Psyche K, thank you so much. And there's a guy who's very creepy to girls as well. And it's like, like, can't we enjoy anything? Like, up until that point, there were, like, annoying characters, but it's like, you know, I can deal with annoying characters, like, that's fine. Like, sometimes annoying characters can also be funny. But we really had to stop watching when they introduced the character that was, like, obsessed with his sister and didn't let her date anyone, and he would be like, she's mine. And I know it was supposed to be an exaggeration, like, it was supposed to be like, he's weird. Like, the anime was fully saying, like, he's weird, but, like, it's also not good to watch it happen, I guess, you know? Like, don't give the weird characters screen time challenge, or you don't create them at all. Oh yeah, absolutely, Spin. I think the only saving grace was the fact that it was established in the show that those things were not good. But I think we also ended up phasing out of that show because it was too much, like, having to deal with them. Because they were like the new characters, so they kept showing up all the time, and it was like, God, please. Oh, Digimon was great. Digimon was great. We were watching the new, like, the remake that they were doing on Discord for a little bit, and it was great. I was really enjoying it. I need to kind of catch up because it was fun. A young guy like you should swim. Don't surf on your Pokemon. Don't tell me what to do, bitch. The remake is cool. Like, they kind of merged the movie with the anime, and made something like different. Like, it's not like what you watched as a kid, like from that original first Digimon anime. So they kind of merged elements from the movie into like the anime. Like, it was really neat. I enjoyed the little bit that I got to see. I don't think it's the same story. Like, it's similar, but it's not like the same concept. But it was cool. Oh, Palmon is great. I love her. What are we doing? Yeah, Digimon was great. Digimon was great. Not Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur simply is not in the same level as Palmon. I'm so sorry to announce. I am so sorry to say. No, but Digimon was great. It's funny because, like, I feel like show-wise, I did prefer Digimon, but like game-wise, I feel like Pokemon games were a little bit better. Although that Digimon card game from PlayStation 1 fucking slapped. I loved that game. Because my cousin had Digimon cards from the card game, and I don't think the game version is the actual, like, I don't think the game version of the card game video game is not the same as the IRL card game, but it was close enough, I guess. But yeah. How could you say that about my son? I said that and I would do it again. But that game was fucking fierce. That game was fucking fierce. I loved it. I don't know if you could like beat it, because like I feel like I did every single level and then it was just like there's nothing else going on. But like the credits didn't roll, so I wasn't sure if I beat it or not. But still, that game was fucking fun. I loved it. I really did love it. I think the problem with Digimon games was that they were kind of like all over the place a little bit. Like, Digimon World was fine, but the difficulty was way higher, I feel like, than like Pokemon. And I feel like if like introducing mortality into Digimon, I don't think was the best decision. Because in that Digimon World, it was basically like Tamagotchi, and they would fucking die. Like, you would get an egg and you would have to start from scratch. And it was fucking... It was not great. Like, the game itself had a fierce concept, but it was really difficult. And you never had, like, the cool evolutions. Like, you had to, like, train really hard to get them. And I feel like I never got them. You could call that feeling Bulbasaur. Percy, please. Percy, please. You had the V2 Digivice that you wore, and you wore that hoe everywhere. Yes. those Digivices apparently are like so expensive. Like they are worth so much because they were so rare. You know, because Digimon wasn't super popular. Well, it was, but like it wasn't Pokemon level of popular where they kept like manufacturing like the Digivices and shit like that. So apparently they're like worth a lot of money now. The Gatomon stands. Oh, she was such a fucking icon. I feel like I forget his name. What was his name? I feel like, okay. I feel like Digimon was like Loki, My Gay Awakening, like as like a child. Because there were a lot of like shirtless type characters that now I was like, we were like watching the remake and I was kind of like, was Digimon like introducing everyone to furrydom? Because I was like, wait a minute. I feel like at the time watching it, I was like, I thought that they were cool, but I'm like, I think I had a crush on Leomon. I think I had a crush on Leomon. They had no right making them so fucking ripped. I feel like I had a crush on Leomon. I feel like I had a crush on the male angel character. I forget his name. And I feel like, oh, when Garurumon had like the jeans and he was like standing up straight and like he had the he was like fucking ripped as well for no fucking reason. I feel like as a kid I was like very interested in them, and I found myself to be very compelled by them, but I didn't understand why. I probably just thought they were cool. But now as an adult, I'm like, I feel like I had a crush on them. I feel like I had a crush on them, and I didn't know. That boy Matt is cute. Which one is Matt? I forget their names. I'm so sorry. Because I think they had different names in Portuguese as well. And then like there's the Japanese version and then the English version. So I feel like I don't know who anyone is. Oh, the tall blonde with Garurumon. Oh, I'm pretty sure I shipped him with I'm pretty sure I shipped him with Tai. Tai was the main character, right? Ruby, I'm gonna fuck that wolf. Not that. Not that. Sturbrew and I have this theory that a lot of the artists working on kids shows were furries, and that's why there's so many ripped wolves and stuff. Okay, you're probably not fully wrong, but I also think a part of it is like they want them to just be cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that there was no sort of propaganda, because I remember we would watch Digimon and we would be like, why are they focusing on that Digimon's foot? Why is he extremely ripped? Why are they focusing on his abs? Like, there were definitely moments where I was like, I think this is the furry propaganda. But at the same time, I do think that they were trying to make Digimon, like, cool. And apparently making a character super fucking ripped is making them cool. They wanted Pokemon to look like a little bitch. I think they... I can't stand you, Percy. I agree. I think they wanted... I think they wanted to be the cooler, older... You know, demographic. I think they wanted to be, like, cool for teenagers. While Pokemon was, like, for kids, you know? Renamon is a major factor why I'm a furry. That's the yellow fox type one from, I was gonna say Gen 3. I didn't really watch Gen 3 of Digimon, but I'm aware of the characters. Digimon was much darker than Pokemon. It was. I remember that. Oh yeah, like, characters fucking died in Digimon. I remember that. Like, Leomon fucking died. Spoilers. He got revived, I think. But he fucking died. Like, it was fucking dark. Like, the villains fully fucking died as well in front of you, and you were like, oh, they're fucking dead. I know, how dare I? Is it 25 years old? The whiplash that gave me, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Digimon was great. I loved it. I had the movie growing up. Did y'all watch the movie? Was it straight to VHS kind of thing, or was it actually in theaters? Cause I just had the VHS version. Fucking Anaconda was like doing the intro. Yes. I don't remember watching that show in particular, because I think I was kind of freaked out by it. But they did the intro for it, and I was like, what the fuck, Anaconda? And then they were like going to the theater to watch the movie. And I was like, okay, work. The movie is basically, I learned it as an adult. It's 2 movies stitched together. I think it's 2 or 3 movies that came out in Japan separately. And in order for them to release it in the West, they turned it into like 2 to 3 movies stitched together. And that's why it makes no fucking sense. Like, when you would watch it, like, the whole thing, it wouldn't make any sense because it was just fully, like, I mean, I could tell as a kid, it was like, I saw it as, like, a compilation of short stories, right? Or at least that's how I hope I saw that, but it's funny how shit like that also happened all the time, too. That movie was great. I do remember being like, this isn't like the show. Like, I remember being kind of confused. Like, is this like an alternative story? Is this supposed to be a prequel? Like, I was kind of a little bit confused. Digimon had you by the throat as a kid. Yes, Power Rangers. Oh my god. We really were the same generation. Because I'm 27 and you said you're 30. Or at least over 30. So we definitely were watching the same types of shit. And I was fucking obsessed. I loved the Power Rangers as well. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Had me... I fucking loved Yu-Gi-Oh! Walmart has a new retro series release of all the Mighty Morphin toys I had as a kid. Oh, I love that. Oh, I still remember we went to, like, over here there's like a lot of like summery type of not like parties, it's kind of festivals, but also at the same time it's like all of them are pretty like religious-y. I don't fully know how to explain it, but there's like a lot of like regional parties during the summer, or regional celebrations to different saints. And during those big celebrations, there's like a lot of like, you know, street vendors and stuff like that. And I still remember it. We went to one of them that sold like balloons of like different like either bootleg or like, I don't think it was like officially licensed, but it was like a lot of those like balloons that are like, you know, that are like helium. And it was like the Power Rangers, and like my parents got it for me. And I remember like being so sad when the balloon deflated, because I would like be hanging out with my, I think it was the Black Ranger. And I remember just like chilling with it the whole time, like for like maybe like a couple days afterwards. Like I loved it so much. It was like plushy size, so I'm pretty sure I slept with it. I probably didn't, but I feel like I did. I don't know. That's so cool. Yeah, I loved it. I think we may have had a toy, but I don't remember. I don't remember. Yu-Gi-Oh had this pussy in the Shadow Realm. Okay, but when they did like the city stuff, like when they had like the dual discs and they were like battling in the streets, like I thought that was the coolest fucking thing. Hi, Mana. Hello. I thought that was the coolest fucking thing. There was like the Egyptian cards and all that shit. And I was like, oh, this is fucking epic. Was it like Battle City or something they were calling it? I'm good, Mana. How are you? Monster Rancher came out. Oh my god. I liked Monster Rancher. It wasn't like my favorite, but I liked it. It's good to see you, Icon. What are you up to on this day? I really like the ugly ass monsters in Monster Rancher. They were cute. They were cute. Yes, that yellow eyeball man. He was a fucking icon. I think there's a game coming out for it. We talked about it recently. There's a game coming out for it like soon. Well, a remake, but still. His name was Suezo? Oh, I don't remember anything. You have really good memory. Yeah, they're bringing back the PlayStation version. Screams into the void. Yeah, we talked about it on like a recent Pokemon stream, because I was literally just like skimming through footage from like a stream that I was uploading, and we were talking about it, and I was like, oh, work. I am in. I know. Sorry, I'm doing that thing in Pokemon where I'm trying to explore the area before I move on to another area, but I feel like I'm making either no progress or very, very slow-paced progress, and for that I apologize. What other... I feel like there were other shows that had my grip as a kid that I just don't remember. Unless, like, they're brought up and, like, I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? And it, like, unlocks the memories. I loved a lot of those, like, animes. I tried getting into a card game, and this was, like, way later. Like, this was probably high school me. Maybe middle school, high school me, and I was getting into this show, this anime called something card fight. It was something Vanguard, I think, and it looked so neat. And I remember like, oh, I think this could also be like, this could be like a really fun card game or whatever. And I feel like I just dropped out of watching it, but I think the cards do actually exist. And they are a thing that people play, just like, or maybe played at some point. But maybe more of a niche audience. But I don't think they did any video games for that. Isn't it like a missed opportunity having a card game that you don't turn into a video game? Like, even Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy has a card game. Well, they have Triple Triad, but why is that not its own game? But also they have its own like trading card game that they only do physical versions of. And it's like, mama, do a fucking video game. Like, you know how Pokemon has the trading card game? Like, the free one? Like, girl, just fucking do that. Like, people will eat that shit up. But alas. And by people, I mean me. You're trying to rewatch the original Super Sentai stuff that Power Rangers was stolen from, and I lose it every time they call Rita Repulsa by her real name, which Bandora? I love that. The original, I watched like maybe, I don't know if I watched a handful of episodes, but that original Super Sentai stuff that they stole, like well, they didn't steal from it, it was licensed, but still. Where they got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers footage from, that is fucking camp. They're so fucking dramatic. They're like so exaggerated. Like, it's fucking camp. I was like, this is how you fucking do it. I feel like Power Rangers, I feel like we could probably look back at it and be like, oh, it's so cheesy. I feel like it could have been cheesier. Y'all, where the fuck am I going? Well, I think I'm going to whatever place I'm supposed to go anyway. Sorry for the flashing. That shit is wild, it is. They put Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Netflix, and I did start watching it, but I never really finished it. I did watch a lot of it when they were doing the Twitch. They had a little marathon on Twitch, and I did watch a lot of it then. Going into the jungle to summon dinosaurs. Meanwhile, the American redo somehow was more toned down with the Zords, right? Very, very that. I will say though, like, whoever was in charge of editing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like, props to them, because they had a very shitty job. And they fucking made it work. Like, we wouldn't clock a thing back then. And they fully had, like, mirrored footage. They had to milk that footage to make it work. And, like, that editing team, like, they fucking did that. Because we wouldn't have known a thing. Right? Yeah. We wouldn't have known shit. Like, whoever was in charge of editing, like, when characters, like, people got fired and shit like that, like, they fucking did that. I will give them props for that, because they fucking did that. I also love that, like, the American version was like, oh, we shan't move on, even though they're like literally like every season they're doing like a different set of Rangers. The American version was like, oh, we can't possibly change their design because of the toys and people are not gonna watch. And it's like, girl, like, how are you gonna make that work, girl? I mean, they ended up filming original footage, I think they did get like the the suits sent to them and stuff like that to make original episodes. But still, like, come on. You have magnificent Pokemon with you. How about a photo for a souvenir? Big smile now. Which Pokemon should I photograph? Oh. Photograph this areola. Alrighty, hold still for a bit. Not printer error. Well. Well. Hello. Boulders to the north of town can be crushed. They may be hiding something. Your Pokemon could use Rock Smash to break them. I need a Pokemon Center, girl. That's what I need. A port surrounded by rough seas. If we use Fly, you can get back to Olivine instantly. The Game Boy printer, I know. You came from Olivine? Do you remember the 4 islands along the way? I heard that a mythical sea creature is hiding in them. Oh, a sea creature. I heard that you can only see it if you have a silver wing. It must have the same scent as the creature. Did y'all have a Game Boy printer? Because I did not even know it was a thing. The whirlpools around the islands must be caused by the sea creature. Is there a Pokemon Center? Because I'm over this flashing. Chuck the gym leader spars with this fighting Pokemon. Oh, there's a gym here. Okay, that's how we fucking missed it, y'all. We fully didn't go to the left. I'm in shock. A guy about your age with piercing eyes and long hair came in. He scared me into giving him my prized Pokemon. I still have one left, but what if he comes back? You look so strong. Could you look after my Pokemon for a while? Wait, what? This person's just gonna give me a Pokemon? Oh, there's a Pokemon Center. Oh, of course I find the Pokemon Center when the flashing is done. I'm so sorry, y'all. I sat there and gladly ate it up with a spoon. Yes, please give me more Zeo Crystal Rangers with Robot Empire. I was lucky to have a flashlight so I could play that shit in the dark. You knew kids who didn't know. We were so jelly. Aww. The Pokemon gym trainers here are not Macho. Macho Bullies. If I stick around, they might come after me. Here's some advice. The gym leader uses the fighting type, so you should confound him with psychic Pokemon. Wipe out his Pokemon before they can use their physical strength. Not the macho bitches. Did you meet the Pokemaniac? He's always bragging about his rare Pokemon. Not the iCam. I don't think it was called the iCam. Okay, I want to deposit one of our Pokemon, not because I want to replace them, but because I'm curious about the Pokemon that girlie was gonna give us. Well, I can't remember. It was probably the Game Boy camera or something. I don't think they would get too creative with the name. I don't think they would have gotten very creative with the name. What? Shucky. Oh. Wait, can we keep it? Did he just give me his Pokemon? Is it mine to keep? It's also a bug and a rock, so I don't know if I want it on my team. But hey, we have it, I guess. It is really cute, but it's also probably gonna go on my PC. Do not fuckle with Chuckle. Hi Typo, how are you? Take good care of it, please. Aww. He just fully gave me his Pokemon. And I'm gonna put it in the PC. Well, so sorry to say. Proud shuckle cuckle. Screaming. Work is slow AF, so I hope the game is going well. Oh, the game is going very well, thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot we had Lucifer on our team. Na 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 na. Listen, stream Lucifer by Shiny. Well, who did I not talk to? I feel like there's still a little bit to watch. The pharmacy. Oh, the pharmacy. Oh, hello. Your Pokemon appear to be fine. Is something worrying you? The lighthouse Pokemon is in trouble. I got it. This how to do the trick. Oh, the secret potion. Thank you, thank you. My secret potion is a tad too strong. I only offer it in an emergency. I'm not here for the devil music. Well, you crossed the sea to get here? That must have been hard. It would be so much easier if your Pokemon knew how to fly, but you can't use fly without the city's gym badge. If you beat the gym leader here, come see me. I'll have a nice gift for you. Oh, don't need to tell me twice. We're going for the gym, girls. Listen, I skipped 2 gyms already. I can skip 1. It's fine. We can go in reverse order. Don't mind if I do. My Pokemon and I are bound together by friendship. Our bond will never be destroyed. The devil gets all the best music. I mean, Lucifer by Shiny was featured in the hit TV series Lucifer. So, hey. Listen. Not that. Not Ninky Minaj. We pretend not to see. Oh, Wig is gonna carry this gym. I think we may be a little under-leveled, but you know, we'll be fine. We surely will be fine. Don't you even worry about it. Don't you even worry. Oh, of course it's not confused anymore whenever I needed him to be and to hit himself. Did y'all feel betrayed when you did like the fighting gym in Gen 1 only to learn that it wasn't an official gym and that the reward was a Pokemon? And when you did so, which one did you choose? We martial artists fear nothing. Not I wanted to burn the dojo down. I feel like I always went with Hitmonlee. I never did Hitmonchan. Is that a controversial take? Yeah, I feel that. I'm very much of the kicking type too. You know? Oh, not the Thunder Punch. Oh, that wasn't too bad actually. I think I always went with Hitmonlee as well because of that. I always wanted to be a kicking girly. I think Miss Chun-Li had a grip on my perception in what a good martial artist was. Then we got Hitmon top, looking like a Hitmon bottom. I'm screaming. That's shocking. Tee. You didn't think a redacted was gonna destroy you and your macho reputation, would you? It's what I do. Ooh woo. We're gonna do that. Listen, I'm not ending today's stream until we get a fucking gym badge. Listen, we must do some kind of progress on this day. Words are useless. Let your fists do the talking. Well then. Come on, Knob. I would also be an angry person if my name was Knob. I too would be an angry individual who took it out on others if my name was Knob. Getting a Hitmontop for my Pokédex is the bane of my existence every time. I could never just fill out a Pokédex. I don't know how y'all did it. That was never my type of gig. So sorry to say. Like, I've never been a completionist. I will never be a completionist type of girly. And that's good, because I'm not trying to come for the completionist gig. But, yeah, no. Especially learning that some Pokemon you needed to trade in order for them to evolve. Abso-fucking-lutely not. I saw the scam from afar, and I said, not on my watch. I had a friend complete the Pokédex for the new games recently. Oh my god, I could never. We only stand one dex in this JoJo, and that's Dextralicious. Absolutely. That's the absolute truth. It took like 11 days. That's not too bad. Trading with particular items, yes. That also being a thing is such bullshit. You see, autistic hyper-focusing on the game does wonders for that. I get that. I have the ADHD side of it where it's like, after a while, I'm over it. After a while, I'm over it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I need something else to, like, stimulate me. I feel like if I don't beat Pokemon within this time frame in which I'm hyper-focusing on it, I might drop it and never come back. So, let's hope she stays stimulated with Pokemon. My autistic hyperfocus as a child was memorizing every dog breed and facts about them. And then fruits. Specifically the banana. You know what I would memorize? That's so funny that y'all say that. Like my and again, there's no official diagnosis, but you also don't need an official diagnosis to know yourself. But my special interest was like music. Like I hyper focused on like, I think that manifested more as in my teen years, I guess. But it was like watching every single interview, watching every single like live performance, watching every single thing. Like that was how it manifested for me. So there's that. My raging fists will shatter your Pokemon. Oh, not that. And as an adult, watch me ruin dates with banana facts. Please talk to me about bananas. I'm super fascinated with the whole... I'm not even gonna read that. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. The amount of hours I ramble about fucking bananas. Spin, I have never loved someone more. I'm yelling. Y'all have fun talking about bananas. I'm trying to think of ways in which like my neurodivergency manifested as a kid. I feel like, I don't know, I think for me it was like, I think I named all of my like toys and stuff like that, and I would like play them as if it was like an RPG. So I would kind of have, I remember my plushies, I definitely had like a big like emotional connection with them. I think that was totally like a thing. Literally message me anytime to talk about bananas. I'm yelling. Look at y'all. Forming a beautiful bond over bananas. I love this. I love this. Let me just say that. I love this. Hearing that out of context is so funny. Just iconic behavior. Iconic behavior. You don't understand. I've never in my life met someone who gives a shit, let alone cares. I'm yelling. Oh my god. That's iconic. I didn't know there was so much passion to be had about bananas. My Pokemon lost. My pride is shattered. Can you move out of the way now, please? Wait, how the fuck do I get to the leader? I feel like I'm gonna have to do some voodoo to get there. Hello? Oh, not that. Not me. Not the banana fungus and molds. I will pass. I will respectfully pass on that conversation. How the fuck am I gonna do this? Not like that, I don't think. Oh, wait, yes. Actually. Oh, fucking iconic. Let me save. Just because I don't want to do the puzzle again. If I, you know. Maybe I won't have to, actually. Wahahaha, so you've come this far. Let me tell you, I'm tough. My Pokemon will crush stones and shatter bones. Watch this. Huh! Huh! There, scared now, are you? What? It has nothing to do with Pokemon? Well, that's true. Come on, we shall do battle. We shall do battle. May I give you a banana fact? Yes, please. Oh, oh, Chuck. Oh, hello. Oh, Mr. Sheffields. Anyway, yes, you can interest me with a banana fact. As Primeape is featured on screen. The thing that got you into bananas. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Not the Fury Swipies. Y'all, I wouldn't say we're over leveled, but we're at the right level for once. Turns out skipping 2 gyms and getting yourself ready for that We'll get you pretty ready for the 2 gyms that you ended up skipping. Turns out. You'll be in pretty decent shape. Imagine facing a gym at the proper level. Well. I feel like I used to do that though when I was younger. I feel like that's how I played games. Like, I feel like I would get all the Pokemon that basically all the Pokemon that I could get or that I wanted. And then I would get the ones that were like useful for that gym, and then I would train the shit out of them so that they would be like either at the level of the gym leader or above it. So that's how I approached Pokemon. Oh, hello, Poliwrath. Oh. Oh, hello. We're gonna do Confusion. We're gonna try to get it confused. Okay, it's level 30. Not bad. Oh, come on, Mind Reader. I think level 30 was also how high the level was for the 3rd gym. Not the 3rd gym, for the whatever gym I did. I also failed to realize that I'm like more than halfway through the game at this point. So that's fierce. Like, I fully didn't account for that. Like, when we were like looking at the gyms and how many badges I had, like I didn't realize that I had 5 out of 8. So that's fun and sexy. Oh no. Oh no. Not this. Meep meep. Time to save the day, girl. Unless you die here. Meep meep, please. No. Not the confusion. Not the confusion. Please. Oh, come on. Meep meep. I believed in you. No. Tragic. We can try to get Areola to do the job. Come on, girlie. You just have to finish the job. That's it, girl. That's it. Iconic. Teehee. Come on, Miss Areola Grande. Areola. Areola. What? Huh? I lost? How about that? You're worthy of Storm Badge. Thank you, thank you. Storm Badge makes all Pokemon up to level 70 obey, even traded ones. It also lets your Pokemon use Fly when you're not in a battle. Here, take this too. Oh, we get a TM. TM1. That is Dynamic Punch. It doesn't always hit, but when it does, it causes confusion. Oh. Maybe I equip that. Come on, Dynamic Punch. If I can even give it to anyone. I feel like Glenn can... Yeah. I was like, I feel like Glenn is going to be able to equip that. Let's give it to Glenn. Let's get rid of Low Kick. And then we can give Fly... Wait, do I not have a flying... Oh wait, we don't have Fly yet. But I don't think I have a flying Pokemon. So, we've encountered an obstacle in our course. I may have to bring one of my replaced girlies back because we don't have a Pokemon that can use Fly, I don't think. You crossed the sea to get here. Oh yeah, I already talked. That's Cyanwood's gym badge. Then you should take this HM. Thanks, girl. I love that some HMs you have to do this heroic thing. And then for some of them, you literally just have to talk to randomly someone random. My husband lost to you, so he needs to train harder. That's good, since he was getting a little chubby. Not the fat phobia. straight people. The return of Blathers. Bring back my Girlymon. Not Girlymon. I think Jasmine is on the cream team. Wolfie, what does that mean? Do I want to know what that is? I'm scared. No, you don't. Okay. Alright, y'all, I don't know who to replace because we have a rock type, we have an electric type, we have a grass type, we have a psychic, and we have a fire and a water type. So, like, we're covering all grounds here, except, you know, literally, you know, the non-grounds. We're not flying, that's what I'm trying to say. So, like, who am I replacing? I don't want to replace anyone, but I feel like Wig is the one that we're gonna replace. Cause I don't know that if we're gonna need a psychic type, especially not now. I love Wig, so I haven't fought Jasmine yet. No. Ooh, maybe Lucifer. What is it? Oh, it's water and flying. Oh, I don't want to replace Mel though. Oh, Mel does have surf. We could probably give surf. I think Gyarados could get flying as well. Oh, they're solo leveled though. Ugh. I think what we might do is we might no, but I really like Meryl and Azumarill. It's so hard making a choice. Ugh. We could bring back Blathers. Blathers is an icon. But we could bring Cypher. Cypher never really got a chance to shine. And I don't know, maybe a bug type could be useful moving forward, but I'm not sure. I think the responsible thing is to replace Mel with Lucifer. And then we could probably bring back Wig to the team. And keep Wig around. Ugh, I really don't like that, but I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. I think that's the responsible thing to do here. I hate being responsible. Yeah, and then we give, because I think Mel had Surf. I think Gyarados can use Fly, right? Oh wait, no. Oh, Lucifer can. Oh, okay, then fuck that. I thought Lucifer could use Fly. I think in some game he could have, but I don't. Maybe they changed that. I don't know. Just kidding. Okay, we're depositing Lucifer. And Wig. I hate that, but sorry, girly. We're getting back Mel. And I think I'm just gonna get Blathers back because he's higher level than Scyther. Although Scyther is probably better moving forward. Because I think Blather's kind of peaked already, right? You know what I mean? Oh, not release. I mean, stats-wise, Cypher is better. Making decisions is so hard. But I think this is the right choice to make. I think we're gonna get Cypher on the team. Let's see if he can equip that. If he can get Fly. Oh, not that. Okay, he's not able. I hope Blathers is. Oh no. Do we not have any Pokemon that can be used for Fly? Oh wait, no. I need to deposit first. Not me having to make all these hard decisions and all of them are flopping. I hope Blathers can use Fly, or else we're gonna have to find a new flying type. Although I can't really imagine that he would, but like... I hope he can. Okay, he's able to. Okay, Blathers it is. Oh my god. If Blathers can't, send his ass back to the museum. Oh, I see you. I see you. I see what you did there. I'm getting rid of Foresight. I see you. I see you. Oh, Blathers is such a baby though. He's so low leveled in comparison to the other girlies. It's nice to have him back though. I know nothing about Animal Crossing. I feel accomplished. I'm so proud of you. Let me just tell you, I'm so proud of you. I feel like I want to go to like those whirlpools. I feel like I missed out on so many things, but I don't want to deal with all that drama. So I think we're just gonna fly to where we just came from. And we're gonna give the thing away to the girlies so that next time we play, we can go straight to the gym. I think that's the move. Because I'm gonna forget what to do, so I'm just gonna do that so I don't forget. So I'm just gonna quickly zip zoom all the way up this lighthouse. Now that's what being a real gamer feels like. Listen. You have unlocked your the pro gamer side of your brain, and you should be proud of that. I don't know. Do I know the right way up there? I sure don't. Wait, I think it was this way. Yeah. Hi! Will that medicine cure Amphi? Yes. Take the secret potion. Please don't be offended. Amphi will not take anything from anyone but me. Oh, no worries. I thought she was gonna call me a slur. Amphi, how are you feeling? Oh. Palu Palu! Oh, I'm so relieved. This is just so wonderful. Thank you so very, very much. I will return to the gym. Oh. I thought she was gonna give like a whole ass speech. Oh, it flashed me. Oh. So you can become a pro gamer on this website without using a slur? Allegedly, you can. It's a myth that you've proven to be correct. Y'all, we did it! We didn't quite beat 2 gyms today, but we unlocked one and we beat another. So listen, I call that progress, especially considering we got pretty lost. We didn't really get lost. We got sidetracked a little bit, I would say. Whenever I get in trouble, Daddy always scares me. Oh, abusive? Along the way to Cyanwood, there are 4 deserted islands. Bad kids are taken to the islands as punishment. Abusive, for sure. Rada, terrible. Hi, I'm looking for this Pokemon. If you have Krabby, would you trade it for my Voltorb? I don't have a Krabby. You don't have one either? Gee, that's really disappointing. We didn't beat 2 gyms, but we had our own little version of Groundhog Day to deal with. We sure did. We sure fucking did. And listen, I'm gonna camp right outside of this gym so we know exactly where to go next time. I mean, the good news is that we should beat the next gym next stream, which if we're gonna look into our card here, which will mean we only have one more gym afterwards, and then it's the Pokemon League, and then and then we might beat Pokemon Silver this week, and I'm excited. We're really onto something, y'all. I don't think we're gonna beat 2 gyms next time, but I do think we're gonna do this one, and then we'll explore the whirlpool area thingy, and then we'll make our way towards the 8th and final gym. So yeah, that was it for today's stream. I guess I can stay in this beautiful card scene so that y'all see what I have working for me. I would like to say thank you for those of you who made it this far on the stream. Thank you so much for watching, for hanging out with me. I would like to say thank you to those of you watching this later on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I would like to say thank you to my Ko-Fi supporters, which, if you didn't know, you can support me on ko-fi.com/ProjectRuby. And if you do so, you can get cute little perks such as early videos, exclusive content, blog posts, sneak peeks into new content, as well as shout outs at the end of my streams and or videos. You can support me for as low as €1 and as high as you want. It's a pay what you want system. There's no different tiers. Everyone gets the same amount, and you can help out with as much as you want. And you can do it by, one tip once if you prefer that, or you can do a monthly subscription. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who supported me over the last 30 days off of the time of this stream. So thank you so much to Andara, Kat, Benjamin, Kaiju Juby, Mostly Batfly, Smallzy, and Salika. Y'all are iconic in every way. And yeah, I'm very appreciative of all of you. So I will see y'all next time. Have an amazing rest of your day.